Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie. If this is your first time stopping by, I hope you decide to like and subscribe and click that notification bell. I've decided at the suggestion of my sister to do kind of how I'm putting an Easter basket together, or how I put my Easter baskets together for my granddaughter. I'll do a couple of videos because I'm going to be doing putting together some things for my adult daughters as well, but this I'm anticipating being longer, and so I don't want to throw all that in there. So I'm going to do the ones for my granddaughter. I'm putting my mom's basket together for her and then my basket together for her. And we have all the things here that you can see. We're going to start with the wonderful, these are so stinking cute, these fabric baskets. I like something that you can use beyond the holiday. Something that doesn't scream, here's my scissors, that doesn't scream. I mean, obviously bunnies and chicks are going to be all Easter, but you know, this bucket, she could use this later on for other things, not just for Easter. So I always kind of like that. I'm going to put that over here. I'm wondering the best way to get an angle. I can show you the things I'm going to be putting into this basket. It's kind of tricky, but I've got these two stuffed animals. I've got these candies, the Happy Hoppers, the Easter Buddies chocolate, and then the Trolley Bunny gummies. I also have a peanut butter egg and some Peeps, as well as a milk chocolate bunny. Now this came from Aldi, and it's really good, really delicious chocolate. Although the bunny's in there backwards. Do you see that? Normally you would see the bunny's face, but anyway, there's this cute little face. I may go in that and just turn him around. I want to leave it all together, and of course these hollow eggs that are just adorable. Turn him around. Go. But I'm going to put this together to kind of give you, I guess, ideas of how you could make it, you know, look, fun. Because this is a fabric basket, and then we have a lot of big items that are going to go in here. I'm not putting any Easter grass in here because we need the weight from these candies to provide, you know, some kind of balance. This will be a surprise that she won't see. Now you can absolutely, she'll see these, but these are kind of going to be providing the weight in the bottom. And let me see if I can adjust this, my finger, sorry. Okay, I've adjusted that a little bit. Okay, so we're going to have these here in the bottom. And as you're working on this, you can most definitely adjust everything as you see fit. I like to then put in the color book back here, and behind here I want to put her new little Easter purse, and I'm going to put some things inside. There's a, let me take this off. I put this candy in here along with a pack of crayons and a cute little one of those little washcloths. We're going to stick that back here as well. And you can have some things peeking out from here, which is a really cute idea. You can stick that in there as well. And see, whatever it is that you can get to stand up is a really cute idea, if you can. If not, it's not a big deal because she's going to be thrilled to get it anyway. But we're providing weight and balance so that not all the weight is in the front or the back. Let's get our Easter bunny here. Okay. We also have these little guys, and since they're soft, we can shove them in there. Now, if you have an issue with some things not balancing correctly or something going funny, you can always use some double stick tape to make them stand still. That would be a good thing to do on the back with these things you have sticking out of the purse. And I'll show you that in just a minute. We don't want it to slide down. In fact, we could even... This is the Dollar Tree double stick tape. I love this stuff. You don't need a whole lot. I'm just cutting a piece about like this big. And I'm going to stick it on the back of the crayons like this. And then you peel the white part off and it leaves the shiny tape there. And I'm going to stick that to the grab and go. So now the crayons are visible. I could also reach down in there and do the same thing with the Cinderella washcloth. Let me do that real quick. And then you'll see exactly how. Again, I have a small piece of tape like this. I'm going to put it on the back. It doesn't even have to be that big. I actually think I put a little too much on there. But this is going to become key. And so now I've got little Cinderella stuck there. So those are the nice things that are sticking out of the purse. Now we have the front going on. Our little guys here. And again, the candy in the bottom, I'm not too worried about that sticking out because I want to have some weight in the bottom. This is already getting a little bit top heavy, which is concerning me a little bit, but not too much. I think I'm going to put some tape on the bottom of this egg and stick it right here on top of this because this is weighing heavy this way. So I want to balance out the weight and put some weight in the front. And then we're going to, let me stick this here on top of this. So I stuck it on top of the Easter bunnies, and now I've got my chocolate, oops, come on chocolate egg. Why is this not sticking? Well, that's not working for that one. Let's grab our little squishy. I'll get to that egg in just a minute. I'm going to shove that squishy right there. Our cute little squishy. Okay. And the rest of these, we do have her little hat to go with her purse that I'm going to put here on top. Oh, my mad filming professional skills just blow me away, don't they? So I've put her hat here on top of this. This can get tricky, as I said. This is really, that's when these basket bags become so important. Now, if you realize there's no room for anything else in there, but you still have a couple of things that you want to include, those can go loose in the basket bag near the bottom. And let me just go ahead and open up one of these right now. I tell you, here I'm so profesh. Oh, it blows your mind, doesn't it? But that's when you're doing these things are huge. when you're doing these things, it's important to be flexible and to just play around with it until it actually works and does what you want it to. They don't make these any smaller, which I'm glad of, because then I'd really have a problem. And if you don't have basket bags, you can always use the cellophane at Dollar Tree. And I'm going to be wrapping one in cellophane, so you'll see what that's like. Okay, I'll put this in the middle. And stick the peeps. And let's try this egg. This egg, that really surprised me. The egg did not stick to the top of that candy box. I want the hat tilted up so she can see some of the things that are in here. Don't they have a... Oh my gosh, so professional. And of course, I don't know how to edit, so you're just going to have to see me, blunders and bloopers and all. Okay, so I'm going to arrange this in a way so that the hat can be seen. Oh, don't you love it? And there's my, you know what? Let me see if I can tape these goodies down because they're really having an impact on the stability of all this. Let me see if I can get this to work. I'm going to move this over here. Okay, I did manage to play around and get a few things figured out. I did have to remove one of the stuffed animals. Okay, can you see how I'm doing this? So I've got a lamb on the side, and I did secure these on top of one another and then secured them to the bucket. So they do provide a little more balance in this bag. Although I need to turn Mr. Lamb around because he looks crazy. Let's turn him so he's like hugging the bag. Now what you would do here is bring it up. I do have a pipe cleaner that I'm going to just cut in half. To secure this at the top. Okay. And the sides of this, which look silly sticking out, we can secure these back once again with a piece of tape. You can tuck in. I am so professional. I know you guys are just blown away. Let's see if I can maneuver this. You take this side here and kind of tuck it around. And I'm just going to use a piece of plain old Scotch tape to kind of secure that back there. Just to make that look a little bit nicer. And then the top, I'm going to trim it evenly across. So the top looks even. I'm not going to do anything with this side here because our little lamb is there. Okay. All right, next I want to create a bow for the top of this, and then I'll show you the whole thing. This may wind up being its own video, and then I'll do another one for a different one because this is not going the way I thought it would. Okay, so let me move these aside. I need one of those overhead camera things. I see people with them all the time. I don't know what those are, but it would be nice to look into it, you know. Do you know what that is? Comment below if you know what those things are called. I have some of these bits of yarn scraps. I'm going to try and see what kind of a bow I can make. So I'm going to be doing an experiment on here. I don't know if that's the smartest thing for me to do, but I've got some bits of lace, and I've even got some of this pom-pom. I hope it's not a complete disaster, but I'm going to see if I can come up with a pretty lacy bow. And then I do have some of these pretty ones I might add in there too, to the very center, which means those would need to go in first. This is one of the Bodabras. And the premise for this is you have like a piece of wire. I love using the pipe cleaners, but you put that, you wrap that around and tuck it under. And then you're going to be looping back and forth, folding your ribbon over back and forth on the Bodabra. And for these little bits and scraps, you can simply just push them down in there and it all comes together. It's really stunning. You should look into getting one if you can. I'm pretty sure they're available. I got this one at a thrift store. You can look up the videos on YouTube. But I'm going to, now because this pattern's white on one side, and I'm going to get this a little bit lower so you can see what I'm doing. Because it's white in the middle and colored on the outside, when we get to this point, before we make the next loop, we're going to give it a turn. This works really well with wired ribbon. This isn't wired, obviously. Don't worry about any of the tails or anything like that. And then you can come across here. And you're just gauging the size of the loops to make sure the loops are the same. Doesn't have to be that precise. And then I'm going to push it down with this tool. I'm going to stop there for that type of ribbon. All right, and I'm going to try just a little, I'm going to experiment here. I may not even use this bow, but I'm going to try to go with a little bit of rickrack and do the same. I might do a couple of loops of the rickrack. Can it do it? Yeah. You're going to have to make sure. Oh, I have to get this off. Duh. Way to go, Maggie. Jeez. Okay. Or this is the pom-pom little trim. I'm going to get a couple of loops of this because I think this looks really cute. And you don't have to make your loops super big. And for this, you wouldn't have to do the twisting because it's the same on both sides. We'll see how this works. I've been wanting to use this for something. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to trim this. Set that aside and let me grab some of this lace. This is very pretty. I think for this one, I'm just going to fold it in so that these two ends meet, and then push it down. Maybe make that a little bit smaller. Yes, that'll work better. None of these things are wired except maybe this piece right here. And so let me see how this works. Gauging by how much you have. You're trying to get the loops and things as even as possible. And I think just one more piece of lace. Try this one. This piece. Okay. Hopefully this will be the cute bow I'm envisioning. Now to finish it off, what you're going to do is bring is really cute. Okay, I'm happy I tried that. Okay. Isn't that adorable? And you just fluff that out the way you want. Let me go ahead and stick that to the top of her basket, and then I'll show you what it looks like. And when we're finished, we have this adorable basket. Again, I trimmed the top. You saw me bumble my way through this, but you can even see there's a hat. She can't really see the purse back there. She'll see all that when she opens it up. But this is just a cute way to really create a fun and an exciting, you know, I mean, if you were little and you saw that waiting for you, wouldn't you be excited? I know I would. I know I would. And there's all kinds of hidden treats that she's not going to know about until she actually gets into it. But this I thought was really cute. I like the way that looks. I love doing these for baby showers and, you know, different things. But Easter, everyone gets a really fun basket. So now we're going to move on to the next one. Let me pause the video for a second. You guys don't even want to know what I just did there. I wound up moving the table out and totally knocking everything over. Okay, so now Gigi's basket is a little bit bigger than, let me just take some of these things out because I was trying to see what would fit and what would not. But this is once again a nice big basket. Some of these things my mother got that don't fit into her basket. So I just put them in here, but she's gonna know. Now I wanted to say, first of all, I created this as a tag for my granddaughter, and these came 2 for $1 in the Dollar Tree, and I just added her name, and then I glued some Dollar Tree flowers, little pieces of Dollar Tree flower onto this to add a little decoration. I really love that. That's going to be on the outside of her basket. And let me take some of these things out. All right. So I have one of these baskets. I've got a few things in there already, and I do have some grass in the bottom. I'll show you how I have these things set up, and I've got a bunch of other things. We'll see how they do. Some of these I definitely want to get my double-sided tape. Now this, of course, is a cute little bunny. I got one of these from my step-grandson as well. But I have filled it with, there's some candies, bubbles, this cute little Blue's Clues figure, you know, coin purse, because she's in the push-up pop. There's some really fun things in here that I think she's going to get a kick out of as she opens them. These are adorable. That'll be the center, and on top of that, I'm going to put her little crown, which I'm going to secure that in place with a little bit of tape. I think that'll be adorable to have the crown on top of her little bunny. Otherwise it falls right down on the bunny's eyes. So, oh my gosh, this is so cute. This chalk pencil. These are so fun. Do you remember when I hauled these? So fun. And it sounds to me like there might be more inside. I'm not going to open it. Oh, they have an eraser. I guess that's the eraser for it too. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. But let me see if I can bumble my way through this one. Once again, I got a whole package of the Easter grass, and there's some Dollar Tree bags in the bottom to provide, because this is really a deep bucket. And you can squinch this grass together and it fluffs it up. Okay. Things aren't going to sit that high, but you can tape them to the back, which is what I'm going to attempt to do to see if it works. Just a little bit of tape on some of these things. I'm going to put it on the back of the puzzle, She did get a little Noah's Ark puzzle. This was actually one of the gifts that I picked out for her. The Tootsie Rolls came from her Gammy, her Gam Gam, which is my mom's name. Okay, so I did secure that to the back. The other things, I'm not so sure yet. This is a nice flat thing. We could probably stick that back there like that. Okay, now I just need to build up. Here's the fun Play-Dohs. These will go on the side, one on each side. Okay, let me secure this little crown to the bunny. I hope I can do it. This is too funny. I hope I am really providing you with some great laughs as I'm trying to do this. Because most of the time, as I said, I really don't consider myself to be that much of an expert when it comes to crafting and DIYing. I draw inspiration from other people. So it's weird to me to be, you know, sharing an idea because it doesn't even work. The plastic, the tape on this sticky doesn't even... You know what, let me try regular Scotch tape, see if that will hold it in place. Yes, the crown. See, I've got this vision. I want it to be, you know, right up in front. Maybe the Scotch tape will work. I hope. Scotch tape seems to be working. Scotch tape worked. I thought this thing was closed. Okay. That will be in the centerpiece. I'll put that towards the front like so, and then I can add things to the back. Goofy string. I don't know that my granddaughter even knows what this is, but I'm putting one on each side. This was from her Gam Gam, and I'm going to stick that behind the bunny. We do have these bubble wands. Those are going to go, once again, you can see how it's... Wanted to make sure you guys have a better view. I do have a 6-pack of egg chalk. Stick that like that. Oops, that's not upside down. I have a jump rope. She's getting to an age where that's starting to be of interest to her. And here's our cute little chalk pencil. I'm going to stick that on the side. Can you guys see that? Okay. I do have, let me see, I have this big thing here, which is the Play-Doh clay. I'm going to have to secure that, I think, with some tape. I'm just going to do a Scotch tape to the puzzle box back there so it sits up without falling. And again, it's okay if something is covered up because these are those little toys. Pull that off. Okay. A little mermaid squishy because kids are very tactile. I have a little hoppy bunny. That's not working. Let's put the little like it's going to fit very well. And then, you know what? I think I'm going to stick my little double crisp bunny pop in the back too, so she can see that. Okay, looks like all of that fits. Thank God, it's much bigger. One more challenge with the smaller one, but I do not know, although this bag looks like it might be big enough to fit this. We'll see. If not, I do have the regular cellophane. It looks big enough. Whether or not it is another thing. Oh, yes. Very nice. Okay. So now I just pull the plastic straight up so it's even. Okay. And then I will take down these little sides here that stick out. I'm just going to tape those in. You can get the shrink wrap on these as well. Just a little tiny snip to get the air out. As neatly as you can. Okay. All right. My granddaughter's Easter basket. It's got a lot of fun things I know she's going to enjoy playing with and exploring. I don't like to put a ton of candy because sugar, you know, she's going to have a lot of sugar from the Easter eggs that she's getting from me that she's going to be finding on, and I'm looking, of course, for my other pipe cleaner that went by the wayside as I was walking through. Let me see what I can find here. I'm getting ready to make the bow for the top. Let me pause this for just a minute. All right, so we once again have our Bodabra. I'm going to use an entire spool of this pretty aqua colored ribbon to make a really big ribbon on the top, and I figure that will be a lovely color to complement that. Of course, after that one looks so cute, I'm wondering if I should add something to the center. You know, I think I will. I think I will. Okay, now when you're doing one of these big bows, one of the things they recommend you do is to come up with the tail, which I'm going to do. This is a wired ribbon, and you'll see this on the Bodabra website when they're asking you to make up. You come up with a length. This, I'm going to dovetail it so that it doesn't unravel. This really feels like fabulous ribbon. I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to put my pipe cleaner in. This is what, of course, is going to secure it, hold it together and secure it to the basket. And then I'm just going to push that down and make sure that they're even. Okay. Now, because I want something a little jazzy in the middle, I'm debating if I should attach this in the ribbon itself, but no, I don't think so. I know exactly how I'm going to get that on there. Oh, look. My scissors and the ribbon match. They totally match. These are Dollar Tree scissors. The Jot brand scissors. Okay. This, of course, is some grosgrain ribbon. It's got those ridges on them. It looks woven almost. It's really a good ribbon. So I am going to, I hope this works out the way I envision it. Okay. And once again, I'm thinking I've thought of this correctly. Twisting so that the colored portion is on the outside. Okay. Okay. Now I'm just going to do loops on these. I'm going to start out with just a small bit here, and then you'll see. This you don't have to twist at all because it's the same on both sides, and I'm just making sure that the loops are even. Wired ribbon is my absolute favorite. I think it looks gorgeous. And it was $1.25 for this whole thing. I'm going to keep going. Always make sure you have an even number of loops on this side. I believe this will make 4 loops on each side. Maybe a little bit left over. I'm not sure. You can make the loops as big or as little as you want them. And I do have a little bit of leftover, which is fine. I'll take care of that. Didn't quite turn out the way I wanted it to. But you know what? I'm going to work with it. I pulled them out so that they would be tassels there, which I think is perfect. And then you just play with the ribbon so that the bow looks the way you want it. Okay. For that tail here, I just rolled it up a little bit so it almost looks like you could secure that down with a staple or once again some of that tape. I'm not going to do that right now, but it's very pretty. All right, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to loop it over the top of the basket, and then I'll show you what the completed. And I'll put the So what I've done is I took this and I just looped it over the top of this. So this is dangling down. And now I'm going to secure the bow on the top. And there you have the Easter basket. Put these strands in the front. I'm now wishing that I had put more of those colored strands there. But now you have the Easter basket with the personalized name and the bow. I think I would be dazzled to receive these, wouldn't you, as a kid? I think I would have. And now you can't see me. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, watching me bumble my way through all this. But I hope that gives you some ideas of what it is that you can do. If I can bumble my way through it, you guys can too. I hope you decide to like and subscribe and click that notification bell. And I hope I gave you a bit of a chuckle today. Bye until next time.